wake up, and the very first thing that strikes you isn't sound or sight, it's cold. Not the kind of cold you feel when you step out of bed in winter. This is deeper. It sinks into your bones, it clings to your skin. It tells you that fire here is not just comfort, it's survival. You're lying on a rough mat made from dried grass, scratchy against your skin. A heavy blanket of animal hide is draped across your body, carrying the faint smell of smoke and fur. You pull it tighter around you, but still the cave air slips in, damp and restless. Listen closely. Drip, drip. Water falls somewhere deep in the darkness. The cave breathes with every echo, and beneath the blanket of silence, you hear the soft chorus of sleep. About 20 others scattered around you, families, hunters, children, each curled up in their own nests of furs and grass. You are not alone, and that's the only reason you are alive. Your eyes adjust to the dim glow. At the center of the cave, a cluster of orange embers pulse like a dying heartbeat. That is the fire. Not just warmth, not just light. It is the center of this world, the thin line between life and death. Someone in the group had the job of guarding it through the night, feeding it just enough to keep it alive, but not so much that the wood runs out before sunrise. If those embers die, it means hours, sometimes days, of struggle to make a new flame. You sit up, wrapping the hide around your shoulders. The air is sharp in your lungs, and your breath ghosts out in a pale mist. The smell of smoke still lingers in the stone walls, mixed with the faint odor of cooked meat from last night's hunt and the earthy musk of too many bodies sleeping in one place. You take it all in: the cold, the smoke, the dripping cave, the sound of people breathing. This is morning, 25,000 years ago, and the very first decision of your day isn't about hunting or gathering, or where to walk, or what tool to make. The very first decision is this: do you let the fire die, or do you rise and keep it alive? Because in this world, fire isn't a luxury, it's your heartbeat. The embers glow faintly, fragile, red eyes staring back at you from the ashes. One careless breath, one wrong move, and they vanish into cold dust. But you know better, because here, fire isn't a button you press. It's a living thing, and someone has to keep it alive. You kneel by the pit, feeling the warmth against your hands, the only softness in the cave's biting air. You stir the ashes gently with a stick, searching for life beneath the gray. And there it is, tiny sparks glowing weakly like the last heartbeat of a tired animal. Now comes the skill. You reach for kindling, thin twigs, dry moss, and curled shavings of bark. Not any bark, birch bark. It peels like paper and carries oil within it, ready to catch at the smallest spark. You lean close, cupping your hands, feeding the embers with whispers of breath. Too soft, and nothing happens. Too hard, and the sparks scatter into darkness. So you blow carefully, steady, measured, like the rhythm of lungs giving life. A thin thread of smoke rises, a glow brightens, and suddenly, with a small crackle, the bark catches, flame licking the edges like a hungry tongue. The fire lives again. Now comes the second step: wood. You know each kind by name, by smell, by feel. Oak that burns hot and steady. Ash that catches easily and lasts long. Birch, bright and quick, a spark jumper. You lay them in carefully, too many, and the fire chokes. Too few and it starves. Balance is everything. The warmth spreads, pushing the cave's cold back into the walls. A low orange glow washes across the sleepers. One by one, bodies stir. Eyes blink open. A child curls closer to the heat. A mother adjusts a fur around her baby. The fire wakes the people, and in turn, the people wake to the fire. This is more than warmth. It is the center of the tribe, their anchor, their heart. Without it, there is only darkness. And as the flames grow steady, stomachs grow restless. The first thought of the day creeps into every mind: food. Because the fire can keep you alive tonight, but only food can keep you alive tomorrow. The fire crackles, stronger now, pushing back the shadows. One by one, the tribe stirs awake, stretching, yawning, rubbing the sleep from their eyes. Children shuffle closer to the flames, their hair tangled, their faces painted with soot and dreams. Morning here doesn't begin with coffee or clocks. It begins with hunger. A leather pouch is brought forward, its smell filling the air even before it's opened. Last night's kill. A deer hunted by the men who returned, exhausted but triumphant. The meat was roasted then, but not all of it was eaten. Nothing ever is. Leftovers are survival. The pouch is unwrapped, and the sight is simple. Strips of cold venison, a little hard from the fire, edges blackened, smoky. It isn't tender, it isn't soft, but to the tribe, it's treasure. The pieces are passed around. No rush, no greed. Order matters. The elders first, then the mothers, then the children, and finally the hunters. The meat is chewy, salted only by smoke and time. You taste iron, earth, and life itself. Next comes water. Not bottled, not boiled. It's fetched from a nearby stream, carried in a skin bag. It tastes of stone, of moss, of the land itself. Fresh but never trusted fully. You sip, cautious but grateful. And while teeth tear through meat and water washes it down, thoughts begin to form. The tribe doesn't ask, "What day is it?" There are no names for days. The only question is, how do we eat today? Two paths lie before you, the same every morning. Hunt, dangerous, tiring, uncertain. But the reward can feed everyone for days. A deer, a boar, even just a hare can change the night's fire into a feast. But failure means nothing to eat, and worse, wounds or death. Gather roots, berries, nuts, greens. Slower, safer, more certain. But it takes time, and it rarely fills the belly. Still, every nut and leaf matters. Calories are survival, no matter how small. Voices rise softly in debate. The hunters sharpen their spears, their eyes already on the forest. The gatherers touch their digging sticks, planning the paths they'll walk. The children will join them, learning, watching, memorizing what's safe and what's poison. And you? You chew slowly, staring at the flames, feeling the decision weigh on you. Because every choice today will echo tomorrow. As you finish your strip of meat, you reach for your knife. It's not sharp enough, not yet. And here, a dull blade isn't an inconvenience. A dull blade can kill you. The meat is gone, the water skins are tied shut, and now comes a ritual older than memory. Sharpening. Because out there, in the forest, your knife and spear aren't just tools. They are the thin line between hunter and hunted. You sit near the fire, legs crossed, a flat stone resting on your thigh. Your knife, chipped and dulled from yesterday's work, lies heavy in your hand. The edge looks harmless now, but harmless edges are deadly. For you, not for the prey. The sound begins. Chip, chip, chip. A rhythm that echoes through the cave. Others join in. 20 people, each shaping stone, sharpening bone, tightening sinew, replacing bindings. It's like a chorus, a metallic heartbeat that fills the air. You hold the stone tool carefully, striking it at the perfect angle. Too shallow, and nothing changes. Too steep, and the blade snaps, wasted forever. Each flake that breaks off is small, but each one sharpens the edge, one bite closer to precision. Across from you, a hunter repairs his spear. He unwraps sinew, the dried tendon of last season's kill, and stretches it tight over the shaft, binding the stone tip in place. He chews one end of the sinew first, softening it with saliva before wrapping, pulling, twisting. When it dries again, it will hold stronger than rope. Nearby, a woman checks her pouch. Flint shards, bone needles, a coil of cordage. Tools aren't luxury, they are identity. If you lose them, you are less than human. And so everyone checks, repairs, sharpens, over and over. The children watch closely, some trying their own small knives for the first time. Their edges are clumsy, uneven, but practice is survival. Better to learn now with guidance than later, when the forest teaches with claws and teeth. Finally, you test your blade. You press it lightly against your thumb, not enough to cut, but enough to feel the bite. The edge is ready. The stone gleams faintly in the firelight, cruel and beautiful at once. You slide it into your pouch alongside your digging stick and a small bundle of dried grass for fire starting. Everything has its place. Everything is in order. Then a voice calls from the mouth of the cave. A scout, already standing at the threshold, eyes narrowed at the horizon. The day outside waits. The question now is not if you're ready. It's whether the land will be merciful. You step toward the mouth of the cave, the fire's warmth falling away with every step. The air outside is sharper, thinner, carrying with it the voice of the land. Before the first foot touches soil, you pause, because in this world, you don't just walk into the forest blindly. You read the sky. The scout stands already at the edge, one hand shading his eyes against the pale morning sun. His breath clouds in the air as he studies the heavens. You join him, squinting upward. The sky is a vast canvas, and here it is more than beauty. It is a story. Clouds drift above, slow and steady, their bellies white and soft. That is good. Heavy dark clouds would mean storms, and storms mean hunger. Rain drowns fire, scatters animals, and turns paths into traps. But today, clear skies, thin wisps, a promise of calm. You listen. Birds sing in the trees beyond, their calls sharp and busy. Normal. If the forest had gone silent, your stomach would already knot in fear, because silence means a predator waiting. But today, the forest hums its usual morning song. The wind brushes past your face, cool but not cutting. Its direction matters. Hunters will use it to mask their scent, to circle prey unseen. A bad wind ruins a hunt before it begins. But today, it runs steady, predictable, almost gentle. Every sign points the same way. The land says yes. The scout nods once, a signal without words. It spreads quickly through the cave. People rise, fastening cloaks, tightening cords around their packs. The hunters grasp spears. The gatherers adjust pouches. Children cling to their mothers but watch wide-eyed. You feel the weight of your gear, the knife at your side, the digging stick in your hand, the pouch at your waist, filled with cordage and scraps. It's not much, but it's everything. At the threshold, you stop once more. Behind you, the fire glows softly, guarded by those too old or too young to walk out today. Ahead of you, the forest stretches wide, endless, alive. This step matters, because once you cross, you leave behind the safety of stone and flame, and enter a world where every sound could be food or death. You inhale deeply. The forest smells of damp earth, of moss, of things ancient and unseen. And then, with steady steps, you and the others move forward. The hunt, or the gathering, has begun. The path beneath your feet is worn smooth, pressed down by generations before you. Thousands of steps, each one taken with the same purpose, to leave the cave and to face the wild. You glance back once at the fire's faint glow deep inside the stone mouth. It feels like leaving behind a beating heart, safe, familiar, human. But out here, everything shifts. The forest greets you with a wall of green and shadow. Ancient oaks twist their branches overhead, their leaves filtering the sun into broken fragments of light. The air is damp, thick with the smell of soil, mushrooms, and life. Every breath carries the taste of earth. And yet, as you step further in, the rules change. The cave belonged to you. But this belongs to no one. The hunters spread out, spears balanced in their hands, their eyes sweeping the undergrowth. The gatherers keep close, children in tow, teaching them where to look, what to touch, what never to touch. A simple rule keeps you safe here: never walk alone. The soundscape is different from the cave. Leaves rustle under your boots, sticks crack softly, birds flutter above, insects hum. But all of it, every note, is information. A shift in pitch, a sudden silence, a broken branch. Each could mean food or danger. You touch the digging stick in your hand, grounding yourself. Its tip is darkened, hardened in fire, strong enough to pry roots from the earth or fend off something small, but against a wolf, or worse, a bear. The thought coils in your stomach. The deeper you go, the darker it becomes. Sunlight only pierces in patches, dancing across moss and tangled roots. Every step is slow, measured, deliberate. And then a voice, a soft call from your left, 3 short notes. It's not language, not words, but a signal. The hunters use these calls to stay close, to warn, to guide. Without them, the forest would scatter the group like leaves in wind. You echo the call softly, and a response comes back. The line holds. You are still connected. The forest is no longer just a place, it is a test. Every step forward is both opportunity and risk. And as you press deeper, scanning the ground for signs of roots or berries, you remember the truth. Out here, you are not at the top of the chain. Out here, you are prey as much as predator. Still, the path calls, and the only way to live is to keep moving forward. The trees stretch higher, their branches weaving into a living ceiling above your head. Shafts of sunlight break through in golden streams, painting the forest floor in shifting patterns of light and shadow. For a moment, you feel as if you've stepped inside a vast cathedral. Its walls alive, its silence broken only by the hum of life. Here the air is different, cooler, heavier. It carries the sharp scent of pine needles, the damp musk of rotting leaves, and the faint sweetness of wild blossoms hidden among the undergrowth. Every breath reminds you, this world is alive, breathing with you, around you, through you. The hunters move like shadows, spears in hand, steps light, eyes sharp. They don't talk, they don't need to. Every glance, every tilt of the chin, every soft call of bird-like notes keeps them in sync. The gatherers, on the other hand, move slower. Their eyes sweep the ground, hands brushing aside leaves, searching. The children cling close, imitating, learning silently with wide eyes. You notice how the group forms an invisible pattern, like ripples in a pond. Never too far from one another, never clustered too tight. Just enough space to cover more ground, but close enough to call for help if the forest decides to turn against you. The silence you expect in a place like this doesn't exist. The forest is never silent. Birds dart overhead, their wings a blur against the patches of sky. Squirrels chatter from the trees, leaping from branch to branch with reckless speed. Insects buzz near your ears, stubborn, insistent. Every sound is a reminder. You are not alone here. And then, movement. Kesa, one of the gatherers, drops to her knees near a patch of green. She brushes the soil with her fingers, uncovering a cluster of heart-shaped leaves. She calls softly, a note of excitement in her voice. You step closer. It's wild garlic. The smell hits immediately, sharp, pungent, unmistakable, the kind that stings your nose but fills your mouth with water at the same time. This is a gift, food and medicine in one. The others kneel beside her, pulling digging sticks from their belts. They work quickly but carefully, loosening the soil, prying up the bulbs hidden beneath. Each one is pale and firm, small but precious. They are wrapped in leaves and tucked into pouches, each bulb a promise of strength later in the day. The children lean in close, watching, memorizing. One bulb too soft, and it's spoiled. One plant mistaken, and it could mean poison instead of nourishment. Knowledge here isn't passed by books, it's passed by hands, by eyes, by memory. The garlic find lifts spirits. A soft murmur of approval spreads through the group. It's not meat, it's not a feast, but it's energy. It's survival. You rise again, tucking your own small bundle into your pouch and glance deeper into the forest. The path is long, and this is only the beginning, because food is everywhere here, but so is death. And sometimes they look almost the same. Kessa's discovery spreads energy through the group like sparks jumping from ember to ember. The wild garlic is dug out, cleaned with quick rubs of soil-stained hands, and packed carefully in leather pouches. Its smell clings to your fingers, sharp, biting, alive. Food, medicine, flavor. 3 gifts in one plant, but this is only the beginning. The forest always offers more, if you know how to read it. You move further along, eyes scanning the ground. The undergrowth thickens here. Ferns, damp moss, and scattered clusters of fungi pushing through the soil. To a hungry stomach, they look like an answer. Round caps, some spotted, some smooth, colors ranging from dull browns to bright reds. The children dart forward, curious. A sharp voice pulls them back. Everyone knows the rule: never touch before you're taught. You crouch down beside the mushrooms, your digging stick resting in the crook of your arm. This is where knowledge becomes life or death, because some mushrooms are food, rich, filling, worth more than meat on a bad day. Others, they are poison disguised as generosity. A single bite can mean sickness, delirium, even death. Your eyes trace the details. Smooth white gills beneath a dull brown cap, safe. Bright red with white spots, danger. The kind of danger that kills slowly, cruelly. Pale, delicate stems with a faint, sweet smell, deadly even if they look harmless. An elder kneels beside you, nodding at the safe ones, brushing them gently before breaking the stems. She hands you a small cluster, her fingers firm, her eyes sharp. You tuck them into a pouch lined with leaves. Each one is wrapped carefully, never mixed, always separate. Confusion is as deadly as poison. The children are made to watch closely. Their eyes trace every motion, their ears hold every word. There is no classroom, no written record. This is the school of survival. Forget the lesson, and you won't live long enough to make the mistake twice. You rise, pouch heavier, mind sharper. The forest gives, but it also tests. A handful of mushrooms, a bundle of garlic. Not much, but together they mean strength. Strength to keep walking, strength to keep hunting, strength to see another sunrise. And as you look around, watching the gatherers spread out carefully, a thought presses in. Every step forward today is a gamble. Every choice is a risk. Because the land doesn't just feed you. Sometimes it tries to trick you. The forest seems generous today. Garlic in your pouch, mushrooms carefully wrapped, berries spotted in the distance. But generosity is an illusion here. This land doesn't give freely. Every gift comes with a hidden blade. You crouch beside another patch of fungi, this one darker, caps wide like open hands. From a distance they look edible, maybe even delicious. But you've learned to see the truth the way a blade finds its edge. The knife's eye, that's what the elders call it. The ability to cut away illusion and see what lies beneath. You study the cluster carefully. The cap is smooth, yes. The stem looks sturdy. But beneath the gills run too white, too perfect. And the smell, faintly sweet, almost pleasant. To a hungry child it might seem harmless. To you it screams danger. One mistake here is worse than going hungry. Hunger is pain. Poison is death. The elder beside you points with her stick, whispering low so the children lean closer. She names each plant one by one, safe, deadly, uncertain. Her voice is steady, but her eyes are sharp, burning the lesson into memory. The children nod, their faces serious. They will remember, they must, because knowledge is the true weapon of survival. A stone dulls, sinew breaks, fire dies, but memory outlives them all. You help collect the safe ones, wrapping each carefully, keeping them apart from the garlic. There is no mixing, no mistakes. The pouches hang heavy now, the weight of food matched by the weight of responsibility. As you stand, a call cuts through the trees, not sharp, not urgent, but clear. It's Toma, one of the hunters. His voice carries a note that stirs everyone to attention. It's not warning, it's not danger, it's discovery. You push through the undergrowth, heart beating faster. The group gathers near the stream where Toma waits. His grin gives it away before you see it. High in the branches above, bees drift lazily in the sunlight. A hive, round and golden, clinging to the wood like treasure. Honey, the forest's rarest gift. Energy, sweetness, medicine, all in one. But also risk. The tribe gathers below, staring upward. The decision hangs heavy in the air. Do you climb, smoke the bees, risk the stings for the golden prize? Or do you leave it, hungry, safe, but regretful? The hive sways gently in the breeze, 20 feet above your heads, glowing in the slanted light like a golden lantern. From its edges, bees drift in steady patterns. Workers, soldiers, guardians of a treasure far more precious than meat or roots. Honey, pure sugar, pure energy. In a world of constant hunger, this is the closest thing to heaven. But heaven has a price. The tribe gathers in a half-circle below the tree, staring upward, weighing the risk. Stings are not just pain. They can swell throats, close airways, weaken bodies for days. A bad sting at the wrong time can be fatal. Still, the hunger in every eye says the same thing. We cannot walk away. Toma, lean and wiry, steps forward. He has climbed before. His chest rises and falls slowly as he studies the branches, planning his path. Around him, others prepare. A bundle of smoldering sticks is fanned until smoke rises, thick and white. Bees hate smoke. It drives them back, makes them drowsy. But it doesn't last long. The air thickens as the smoke drifts upward. Some bees scatter, circling in confusion. Toma grips the tree and begins to climb, his bare hands moving with quiet speed, his body pressed close to the bark. Every crack of branch makes the tribe below hold its breath. He reaches the hive, his skin slick with sweat, the buzzing so loud it vibrates in his bones. He pulls a sharp stone blade from his pouch. One quick motion, slice. A golden comb breaks free, dripping with thick, shining honey. The smell is overwhelming, sweet, wild, intoxicating. The bees swarm instantly, furious. Toma clutches the comb to his chest, begins his careful descent. One sting, then two. His face tightens, but he doesn't stop. The tribe below shouts encouragement, their hands raised, ready to catch if he falls. At last, his feet touch the ground. The comb is held high, glistening in the light, bees still crawling across its surface. A roar of relief bursts from the group. Children leap forward, eyes wide, mouths already watering. But discipline holds. Not yet. The comb is passed to the elder first, her knife slicing through the wax. Thick streams of honey drip onto waiting leaves, golden pools gathered carefully. Everyone will taste. Everyone will share.